methodology consists of the part 1. I'm going to talk about the computer programming. The part 2 deals with the accuracy and repeatability. The part 3 is going to talk about the robot application. Let's start one by one. So robot programming is quite different from the robot programming. That is what we call it as a lead-through programming. What I mean by this lead-through programming is that we lead or we move the end effector of the robot in the same fashion as that it is supposed to do carry out the work. So that method we call it as a lead through programming. First we lead the program in the same fashion in which it is supposed to work. Then all the points wherever the robot has moved, it will be kept in the memory or it is registered in the memory. Later it is played back. So once all points are recorded, then you can ask the robot to work it in cycle. I think on small video clip I would like to show you that it will give you an idea that how this loop program works. Are you ready? Raise your hands so that I can confirm that you are listening to me. Raise your hands. Yes, I got it. Let's move to this one. Watch this video carefully. You can see that a man is moving the end of the robot in the same fashion as he wanted to carry out the task. So when he's done it, all the points are remembered. Now it is playbacking. It is repeating the motions which were earlier taught by this one. This is one more method, teach-in method. This is, we call it as a teach pendant. So he will move the robot arms or the joints using this teach pendant. He will keep on registering each point. You see, he is registering all the points. Now I think you got some idea about what do you mean by the lead through program. For that we have to need higher degree robots which are having 5 to 6 accesses. These are the few examples. We go to one by one quickly because we are running short of the time. This is a spot welding one. This is extensively used in car assembly. Everywhere the welding gun is there and it will go and pinch the car panel and it carry out the spot welding process. This is used because when you do it manually, it is difficult for a human person to pick up the heavy welding gun. Heavy welding gun picking is very difficult and manipulation of that is also still difficult one. Because of that, there may be missed welds, there may be poorly located welds, there may be some more defects like that. But if you use the spot welding for the robot, then it is done in a quick. It happens in seconds. If a man does, it will be in minutes. Quickly look at this video. Car frame welding here. Robots are equipped with spot welding guns. You can see that one. Two electrodes are there. Basically, it's a resistance type of welding. Simultaneously, all the robots are carrying out the work on the car frame. Within seconds, the complete car frame is ready and it is defects free. I hope that one you got an idea that on how these robots are used in the spot welding. Point to remember is you require more manual and it increases the productivity. Next is arc welding. Arc welding is quite different from the spot welding. Spot welding is the resistance one, whereas in arc welding, high current is used, high temperature is generated. It is very much undesirable for the operator. And in arc welding, we have to keep a coordination between the